we're here today at Sea Country Senior and Community Center, and I'm with Matt. This is so beautiful. Matt Kenny, tell us now your position here, your title.
Okay, thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here with you. Like Sherry said, my name is Matt Kenny. I'm the acting supervisor here at Sea Country Senior and Community Center. I've been here for about 6 months. Thrilled to be here at Sea Country. Sea Country is a special place.
It
I mean,
is.
there are a lot of senior centers in the world, but
Yes.
my experience here has been that everybody that comes here is coming here for one specific reason, and that's to make a connection with somebody else. And what I think is special about Sea Country is that our staff here really makes it a family atmosphere.
Yes.
In our lobby, in the front of the center, we have free coffee and tea. people
That's it right
are
there.
here from 9 to 4 drinking coffee and
Wow.
tea, hanging out here in the patio and conversing and getting to know other people.
Now, can you have lunch here too?
Oh,
If you want?
absolutely.
Oh, you
We
can,
have
okay.
an Age Well program. Thank you.
Okay.
I think our Age Well program is from 11:30 to 12:30,
Mm-hmm.
Monday through Friday. It's on a donation basis, $5.50. And it's a donation. If you don't have $5.50, come on in, have lunch. It's
Wow.
a great way. Actually, a personal experience. Years ago, I brought my mom here to live, and to get her just out and a part of the community. She started coming to the lunch. She started making friends, and then she started attending fitness classes here at the center. Had a nice group of friends, and it became an integral part of her life. She actually ended up coming here every day.
That's
after
beautiful.
that. It's a great opportunity to do that.
Now, you also have a lot of great bands coming up.
Oh,
I gotta
yes,
talk
yes,
about
yes.
because they're
Let
yeah.
me
I love the bands.
this in June, on
Okay.
June 25th, Tuesday, June 25th, we're having our 30th anniversary concert.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
It's going to be right here on the patio.
On the patio, okay.
We're having kind of a Hollywood theme, so you get yourself glammed up, walk the red.
I'll come as Marilyn.
I think you'd be perfect as a Marilyn. That would be great. Get yourself glammed up, walk the red carpet. We have a jazz trio playing from 1:30 to 3. It's called the Jumpin' Jaws Jazz Trio. We'll be having some very fancy desserts. That's kind of the theme for the day. And get glammed up, come on down, dance to the Jumpin' Jazz
How
Trio.
fun. And the date on that again is
It's
what?
June 25th.
Coming up.
Tuesday,
Okay,
June
June
25th. We were also talking about our summer concert series.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
yes.
if you want to come out of the gates
Yes.
and come have a really good time, we have a lineup to beat all lineups this year at our summer concert series. Our summer concert series is at Crown Valley Community Park.
Okay.
29751 Crown Valley Parkway. We have a beautiful amphitheater.
It is.
It's
I've been there.
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And we have some bands lined up that are going to knock your socks off. Our first band is on June 7th. We have a young lady from San Diego. Her name is Cassie B. Kind of pop rock. I kind of consider her our Taylor Swift-esque
Yes.
kind of band. I know Taylor Swift is the it girl. Well, Cassie B for Laguna Niguel is our it girl for June 7th. And kind of a fun story about Cassie is that when she was 15 years old, a recreation coordinator that we have here in the city by the name of Nicole Lindsay was her theater coach.
Oh, nice.
So we have a kind of a, and it was just random that we booked Cassie, but I later found out that her teacher was Nicole Lindsay. It
Wow.
was really kind of fun. Next up in that series on June 21st, we have a very, very popular South Orange County band, Family Style.
Love them. Yes.
Yeah,
They're awesome.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The boys
Yeah.
have been here before a couple of years ago. They knock it out of the park. The park will be very crowded that day.
Yes.
I want to add that we do have plenty of parking at Crown Valley Community Park, But if you're not into the crowds and you'd prefer, you can park at City Hall,
Oh.
Laguna City Hall, and you
Okay.
can take a shuttle from
Okay.
City Hall that'll drop you off right in front of the concert. So if you're having, if you have some issues where you're using a walker, you can't walk that far, park at the City Hall, hop onto the shuttle bus. It'll dump you off right in
Perfect.
front of the amphitheater.
What time do the concerts start about?
Oh, yes.
Where
Good question. There's 6:30 to 8. Friday nights,
Perfect.
6:30 to 8.
That's beautiful.
And in addition, if you you can bring your own food, but we have food trucks available and a
Nice.
dessert truck available there that you can take advantage of that. Sit up in the amphitheater, enjoy the music, have some dinner. And it's just great. Our next concert is on the 4th of July.
Okay. Oh, good.
The 4th of July concert is a little bit longer. It's 6 to 8, and we're featuring the Suffragettes.
I know they're awesome too.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Suffragettes are
Yes.
a band,
Yes.
an all-girl band, incredible, polished. They play at Disneyland all the time. They are top quality, incredible performers. More music if you want to hear about it.
You okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us.
We also have in August, we have an annual event that we have. It's called the Sea Country Festival.
Okay.
If you haven't been to the Sea Country
remember, yeah.
Festival, it's the festival. I don't know if you know where the Ziggurat building is. It's that huge building that kind of looks like a pyramid.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
a
yes.
famous historical building, but the festival takes place right there on El Lazo, kind of in front of the Ziggurat building, and we have concerts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday
I
night.
didn't know that, and that's
Yeah.
close to Laguna Woods too.
Very
close.
Very
Yeah.
close. The festival has food trucks. It has a beer garden. We have rides. It's a full family affair, and Friday night is kind of our 80s theme night. We're going to start off. We have 2 headlining acts. The first act that goes from 5:30 to 7 is Yachty by Nature.
Oh, yeah. That's They're-
Yacht rock is the rage. These guys have their captain's hats on. Just
They're
a
great
blast.
entertainers. They're awesome.
They're fabulous.
Yeah,
They get
yeah.
everybody involved. And then our 7:30 to 9:30 act is Flashback Heart Attack.
Perfect.
Bring
Yeah.
the 80s back all the way. All the way. Saturday from 2 to 5, we're having a Battle of the Bands.
Okay.
The Battle of the Bands is a high school. It's put on by high schoolers, our young people that are part of the city here. And from 2 to 5, they'll be doing that. And then we have a headliner, 90s rock show that's going to be going from 7:30 to 9:30. I'm not going to mention any names, but a certain last year we had these guys play in their summer concert, and a certain council member had the hat on backwards, was dancing the night away.
Incognito, kind of
Incognito, and
yeah.
I can't wait to see all of our 55-plussers with their hats on backwards and their flannel shirts rocking out on Saturday night. And then the last night of the festival, Sunday night, is our country themed night. We're starting off early band, 2:30 to 4 is the Silverados.
I've heard of them.
Have you heard of them?
Yes.
Top quality, classy act. And then bringing back the James Kelly Band from our concert, our hoedown here. We'll be going from 4:30 to 6. And I'm really excited about our final act of the night on Sunday night, 6:30 to 8:30. It's a guy that plays at the Coach House all the time. It's called the Highwayman Show. This guy tours the country doing the Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson flared music. He also has a female artist that do a lot of great country music, and they're just going to bring the house down on Sunday night.
Wow.
I'm tired. I talk so much.
No, we need to hear all that. And it's, it's so wonderful. It's so local to Laguna Woods, too. You know, they're going to love it. It's absolutely. Thank you so much, Matt. What a great interview. And yeah, we're all going to hang out with you. Absolutely.
Oh, I hope so.
Absolutely.
Please.
Yeah, we'll be there. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now let's see what Elaine is up to.
Hi everyone. Today we're at Jack's Woodside Grill in Laguna Niguel, right on Alicia Parkway. We're going to be talking about this wonderful new restaurant with the owner, Jacqueline. So Jacqueline, here you are, and let's hear all about your history of your restaurant and why you started it and what your goals are.
Well, we're originally from the Bay Area. My dad started Uncle John's Pancake House in 1957, and he had those for 10 years. And after 10 years, he sold 3 of them. And one of them, the 4th one, went to my aunts, and they ran the restaurant. And now my cousins do to the day, since 1957. And after 10 years, my dad opened Holder's Country Inn in San Jose, and I have 6 brothers, and we were spread out among several restaurants, and we worked there for over 30 years.
Wow, so your family is a restaurant family. You've all been involved in various restaurants along the way.
It's in our blood. We grew up with it, and all of us ended up working in the restaurant.
Sounds like it. And then what about your own children? Are they also involved in restaurants?
I have 4 children, and one of them is involved. Brian opened this restaurant with me.
So you and Brian are doing this together?
Yes.
Oh, how nice.
And I also have a brother from San Jose who came down and helped start the kitchen.
Wow. So. Very nice. And how long have you been opened now?
Just a short time, about 5 weeks now.
Oh, and how's it been going?
It's been wonderful. We just decided to have a very soft opening and not do any advertising, and to this day we still haven't done any advertising, and it's been wonderful.
Word of mouth.
We're just all word of mouth.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yes.
Now, what are your specialties? What do you recommend?
When Uncle John's opened, the major part of the menu were pancakes. We make all our pancakes from scratch, and we've continued the tradition with pancakes. And another specialty are omelets. We do the souffle omelets. They're light and fluffy, and together those can be served with toaster pancakes. So that's one of our biggest selling items.
Nice. So now what hours do you serve breakfast, or do you serve it the whole time you're open?
Our hours are open every day from 7 to 2, and we serve breakfast all day and we serve lunch all day.
Oh.
Some people want to come in and have a hamburger at 7 in the morning, and we don't change the hours at all.
Oh, okay. So your menu is...
Our menu is exclusive for the whole day.
For the whole day. So, I also noticed you have a beautiful cocktail bar out in the front.
Oh,
my goodness, what are you doing there?
It's been wonderful. Well, we have specialty drinks. We have beer and wine. We have mimosas, Bloody Marys, Irish coffee.
Sounds great.
Lots to choose from. And it's fun, and we have the TVs, so we've always got the games on, and
very nice.
It's been fun for everybody.
So
our specialty is Swedish pancakes. It's a French batter, and we whip our own lingonberry butter, and it's absolutely the favorite here.
Very nice. So thank you, Jacqueline, so much for having us today. It's a wonderful place. We felt very comfortable. You were a great interviewee for telling us all about your new restaurant, and we hope lots of people come here.
Thank you so much for your time, and we welcome everyone and look forward to meeting everyone.
Thank you. Well, now we're going to see what Bill is up to.
Today, Beyond the Gates, and we are at the Museum of Make-Believe. This is place of my own mind, believe me. That's why I wore this shirt. Today we are here with Jeff Mitchell, who is, can I say, the inventor?
One of the founders.
Is it from your mind?
Yes, and my wife Amy. We worked together on this. It's a long story actually of how this came about, but I would say that both of us were the two of the core of it. Yeah.
Okay, but I mean the original concept. This does it come from your mind, or just again both of yours?
Yes, both of us. Yeah.
Was it pillow talk one night? Oh dear, let's come up with a museum that's got all these cool things.
It's odd and maybe relevant that we came up with the idea separately without mentioning each other. And when I came to her and I said I had this idea, and she was like, well, I was talking about the same thing we had a friend at the time talking about the same thing. And so it's like, well, of course, if we're both thinking the same thing and the power of two, and then that means even more so that it's meant to be.
Who are your influences?
Walt Disney, I think it's probably pretty clear. I love themed entertainment, and so Walt Disney was, my parents took me to Walt Disney World when I was young, and I latched onto it.
Did you grow up in Southern California?
No, I grew up in the deep South on the Gulf Coast, and my parents took me around to Walt Disney World. It was a day drive away, and I really latched onto it, so it was a huge part of my upbringing. And then as I got into art, I kept, with that, and it stayed with me.
So when you first developed as a kid, did you come up with these different stories and come up with the art with that? Was it something like that, or just your imagination, what we come up with today?
Not at all. I mean, it wasn't like that back then. I was simply, I was just simply drawing, and I didn't even get into painting until I was in college. So it wasn't like that at all. This was a long development over time.
But you look through this museum, which is it's a magical place. I can spend hours here, but there's so many different types of art. I mean, one of the first questions when I walked in here, when you see something that has this like a painting or a doll, and there's a story under it, which came first, the story or the art?
And people want to know that a lot, and there's probably
Goes both ways?
It does go both ways, and I don't think you don't know it here yet, but there are stories that can go with the paintings, and my wife and I have made books where there's stories with the paintings, and that is different with the dioramas and the miniatures, whereas in that case, the story tends to come first.
What's a diorama?
A miniature scene. The diorama would be a model, a set.
Some of these scenes that we see through here, it almost looks like a Tim Burton type of.
Exactly.
So as we walk around here, how many of these paintings and pieces of art are mistakes? In other words, okay, I started with something, an original concept, and it changed into something else. Is that something like you're describing?
Yes, for sure.
And I'm sure there's pieces like that somewhere.
Well, probably almost all of them.
Yeah, that's Me to another question is how much of the museum here are there other contributing artists?
Yes, there are 6 of us.
Okay.
Because I'm counting the wonderful guy. His name's Bill Schaffel that made our displays, which I'm sure you'll show in our presentation here. He did some great work with making the display cases, and I kept telling him I want the display cases to look like art. They have to become part of the art, because everything here from the floor to the ceiling has to be art. It's a walkthrough. It's a walkthrough painting.
I tried to make this shirt as a walkthrough painting.
Kind of matched too, but
that I didn't plan on. Okay. But I know it takes a lot to run this place, and we're going to talk to your wife next, Amy. So thanks for your time, and
you're welcome.
And good luck with your mistakes in your art.
Oh yeah, well that mistakes are part of the plan, I think. Yeah.
Still here at the Museum of Make Believe, and now we have Amy Mitchell, which you're the actual person that keeps this place running, I understand.
I think, well, maybe. I try.
This is a labor of love. And
is.
it's, besides, doing all the artistic aspect of this, there's a business side of this.
There is.
To keep a roof over your head.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I got kind of, someone had to step into that role.
Yeah,
so
sure.
That was where I ended up stepping into.
Was it because of your background or just because you wanted to see it succeed? Well, it's probably both.
A little bit of both. So I've worked in higher education for over 20 something years. So I think there's a little bit of that in there. But I think mostly because I wanted to see it succeed and someone had to pick up that end.
Oh, yeah.
So it was sort of like, okay, let's try a lot of Googling to figure out how to do a variety of things in business.
Yeah, I mean, this is not your permanent location.
No. So the way that I kind of explain it to people is to think about a staircase. So we're starting out, and we started in early 2020 when we started.
So this is not the first step.
So this is kind of one of the first tangible steps, but we did a lot of virtual events, and then we did a lot of partnering with other nonprofits when we first sort of started out. We also did a grant where we created 50 boxes of make-believe that we donated to students in need for an after-school program. So we've been doing a lot of those sorts of things. But this is our first step of a tangible space to give people a taste of what we hope is to come in a larger scale.
How did you choose Southern California, Laguna? Well, Laguna Beach is very artistically inclined, I guess.
Yes. So that, and we can thank one of our board members. So Kelsey Irvin, who is one of our artists as well, and is one of our board members, and she and her husband own a gallery in Laguna Beach.
Okay.
And she has 3 kids here, and she's been a really big part of the museum. Her son is actually one of the main voice talents on our old-time radio show that's playing where we're sitting here. And she really pushed for Laguna. And so when we started looking at spaces and we found this funky old office space, we were like, okay, we can make something out of this.
This is the funky old...
This is this funky old office space. This building was built in 1979. There's phone jacks everywhere because it was an old office space. So it was a white box when we got it. Exactly. When we got it, it was a white box, and we have so we were like, let's see what we can make in this white box.
So how many volunteers does it take to run the museum?
Well, that's an interesting question. We're pretty small. So my husband and I did all of the installation build together. So that was us doing that over a period
all this?
Yes. So that was him and I over a period of around 6 months doing the build. And then we have a couple of other volunteer artists. So the backdrop that I want to point to, but I won't because it's behind us, was all painted by Lori Meeker, who did that backdrop. And then there are some beautiful shadow silhouette puppets that are up in the lamps in the front area, and that was by a puppeteer, Twisted Heart Puppet Works, Tanya Yeager, who made those. And then Kelsey Irvin has some artwork here as well.
Do you do actually individual shows here?
So the goal is now, this is our kind of group of core artists right now that we're working with. When we expand, we will continue to kind of bring in new artwork, but it'll be with the same core team of volunteers. Okay. So yeah.
See, the folks in the village where this show comes from. There's going to be a lot of older folks and a lot of older folks who want to bring the grandkids in.
Yes.
And my first part of the question is there or are there any exhibits here that kids are not going to enjoy, that it's too much?
Oh, no. So everything is, so we've designed everything we do to be friendly for all ages.
Okay.
So I will say, I always tell people it depends on the attention span of your little one. So sometimes toddlers are a little bit like, I looked around, I saw everything. What do I go run and climb now? But I will say that about ages 8 and up who like storytelling are going to fall in love. We had a little girl just a couple of days ago who was here for her 8th birthday, who her mind was blown. She was adorable. We had a 10-year-old the next day who was here for her birthday as well, who loved everything. So I think you get to that sweet spot of the age, I think, right around there.
And the parents too.
I think really that's the thing. I always say when we kind of developed the mission of being storytelling and art, it was really thinking about people more of our age, really.
Sure.
We were thinking of those of us nostalgic for our childhoods. If you've noticed, everything here is handmade. There's nothing digital.
I wish I had like this when I was a kid.
Yeah, that was our goal, is to kind of bring us back to the timeless era. So really, we were making it for us. And then we, by default, have, of course, attracted a lot of families. But I think we're finding the parents are having just as much, if not more, fun than
Which
the
is,
kids.
you know, a lot of great art and stories and cartoons.
Right.
Story just I want to see what I'm going to like this.
Yeah, this looks neat. I would like somebody to make this. I guess I'm making it. So, yeah, for sure.
So you open hours, certain hours?
So we are. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays from 11 to 7 p.m. People can pre-reserve. Because we're small.
Yeah, you are.
We are very careful about controlling crowds. So we only want 20 people here at a time for an hour at a time.
So you don't suggest walk-ins?
We do have walk-ins, and so far we've been able to have room for them. I will say, during the weekend, the first 2 hours are crazy, and those tend to fill up. But after that, we've been able to have walk-ins come in.
Is there a website that
There
people
is.
can...
There is. So if you just go to museumofmakebelieve.org, you'll see right up top, get tickets, and you can reserve a ticket if you want to be guaranteed. But for the most part, we've been able to allow walk-ins.
So your day off is Monday?
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but that's when I'm doing grant writing and all the other business aspects.
Yeah, so you don't get a day.
Yeah, so I don't have a day off, but that's okay.
So do you need more volunteers?
We would love volunteers. We do have a couple of new volunteers that have just reached out that are going to be here for the summer. We're lucky enough that we have some college students looking for some unique internships. So we're going to be having those.
The art school's right down the street.
Yes, LCAD's right down the street. So I think that building that partnership and having some of those internships created are going to be us now.
Amy, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And Jeff also, thank you.
Thank you guys.
And we appreciate your time here today. And we'll get more people to the museum. This is a fabulous place.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
This wraps up another Beyond the Gates. Thank you again, Sherry and Elaine, for some great segments. And like I said, we'll see you again, Beyond the Gates.